Welcome to the part 29 of the Gregg Shorthand course. In this video, we're going to have a look at prefixes and suffixes. In this video, we're simply going to see that how to make some words having some common prefixes and suffixes. Okay, so first of all, let's read this statement. What this statement says, it says the prefixes con, com, coun and cog followed by a consonant are expressed by k. So first of all, let's write these prefixes here. Okay, so con, com, coun and cog. Alright, so now let's read the statement again. It says the prefixes con, com, coun and cog followed by a consonant are expressed by k. So what does this followed by a consonant means here? So suppose if you have a word here called like confess. So if you look at this part, first we have this con here, alright, which is here a prefix, and after that we have this f here. So this f here is a consonant, alright. So it's saying that the prefixes con, com, coun, cog followed by a consonant are expressed by k. So it's simply saying that whenever we are having these consonants just after the prefixes, these four prefixes, then we are gonna be using the k character to represent these prefixes here, alright. We're gonna use this k character every time whenever there is a consonant after these prefixes. So let's read this again. The prefixes con, com, coun and cog followed by a consonant are expressed by k. So it's saying that we have this prefix here and followed by a consonant. So of course it's following by a consonant because we have this f here which is a consonant. So this word, we will be making this word like this, alright, because see, first we made this k character to represent our con prefix, alright, then we made this f, then we have this final s. Okay, so here we used the k character to represent our prefix called con. Alright, in the same way, let's take another word like a word called compel. So now we have this com prefix here, and after that we have this p. So of course p is a consonant, so we can use this k character to represent our prefix here. So the compel word will be made like this, because here we used first this k character to represent our com prefix, then we use this p, right, then we finally use this long curve which is l. So this is our word compel. Let's take another word like a word called country. So now see, this part is our coun prefix as we have here. Okay, and after that we have this t. So of course t is a consonant, right? So we can make this country word simply like this. So this is our k, which is of course coun. Then we have this t, which is a short stroke. Then we finally made this r, which is a short curve. Then we have this vowel. So this is our word country. Let's take another word like a word called cognition. Okay, so first we have this cog prefix here as we have here. Then we have this n. So n is of course a consonant. So we can use the k character here to represent this cog prefix. So this word will be made like this. So first we have this k, which is of course cog. Then we have this short stroke, which is our n. Then we have this ish. and we can also use ish to represent this shun sound as we have studied before. So we can call this word as cognition. Right? Alright, so we're done with this statement. Let's move to the next statement. So the next statement says, the suffix ly is expressed by a small circle. Alright, so now we are having these suffixes. So we have this ly suffix here. So ly is represented by a small circle here, okay, as the statement says. So suppose if you have a word called lonely. Right, so we can write this lonely word like this. Okay, so first we have this long curve which is L, then we have this hook, right, to represent our O vowel, O sound, then we have this short stroke which is N, then we finally made this circle to represent our ly suffix. Alright, so we're done with this ly suffix. Let's move to the next statement. It says, illy and ally by a loop. Alright, illy and ally by a loop. So it's simply saying that both these suffixes illy and ally, we can represent both of these by a simple loop like this. Alright, so suppose we have a word called family. So we can write this family word. So first, if you notice, we have this illy here, right? In this word we had this ly, so we made the circle, and here we have this illy. So we can write this word like this. First we have this F, alright, then we can say we have this long stroke which is M, then we finally made this loop to represent our illy suffix. Alright, let's take another word like a word called formally. So we can write this formally word like this. First we have this F, then we made this O hook to represent our O vowel, O sound, then we made this long stroke which is M, then we finally attach this loop to represent our ally suffix. Alright, so that's how we use these prefixes and suffixes. We use this K character to represent these four prefixes, and we use this small circle to represent this ly suffix, and we use this loop to represent this ally and illy suffix. Alright, let's read the next statement, what it says. It says, in words beginning with com or con, the second M or N is written. Alright, so suppose if we have a word here called common. Alright, this is our word common. So if you notice, we have this com prefix here, alright? And if you notice the whole word, we are having this 2M here. And if you read the statement, it says, in words beginning with com or con, the second M or N is written. So it's simply saying that the words beginning with com. So this word is beginning with com, of course. So it's simply saying that the second M, which means this M is written. So we have to write this M also, alright? So this common word will be made like this. So this is our first word which this is our first character K which we use to represent our com prefix. Then assume till here we used our second M, alright, which is this one, alright. Then we finally made our N. So this is our word common. Alright, in the same way, if we take another word like a word called connote, alright, so again, first till here we have a prefix con, And if we read this word again, it's connote, so we have two N here. First is this, and the second one we have the second N also. So if you read the statement, it says, in words beginning with com or con, the second M or N is written. So of course this word is beginning with con. So we're gonna make the second N, alright? So this word will be made like this. So this is our first K, which we use to represent our con prefix. Then we finally made the second N. So this is our second N. Alright, then we use this O hook to represent our O sound, O vowel, then we use final T. So this is our word connote. Alright, so let's move to the next statement. What this statement says, it says, when con or com is followed by a vowel or by R or L, write KN for con and KM for com. Alright, so suppose if we take this word comedy here, right? We have this word comedy. So if you notice, we have this com prefix here, but after that, this time we don't have a consonant, alright? This time we have this vowel here. Alright, so it's simply, this statement simply means that this time we cannot use this K character to represent our com prefix, because this time we have a vowel here, alright? And in the previous words we had consonants in all the words. So we cannot use this K character to represent this com prefix. This time we have to use individually K and M, alright? Because the statement says when con or com is followed by a vowel, alright, or by R or L, write KN for con and KM for com. So we're gonna be making this K and M individually to represent our com. So this word will be made like this. So we have this first K, then we have this M, then we are having these two vowels, which are small circles, and a D. Alright, so this is K M A D E. Alright, so this is comedy. So this word simply means, this statement simply means that whenever we are having a vowel, alright, so we have to make this KN individually, this KM individually to represent this com. Alright, okay, so now let's take suppose another word called like comrade. Alright, so now we have this com here, and after that we have this R now, alright? Okay, we have this R now, although it is still a consonant, but as the statement says, when con or com is followed by a vowel. So here we had a vowel, but here we are having this R. So the statement says that when con or com is followed by a vowel or by R or L. So or by R or L. So this time we have this R here. So this time also we have to use this K and M individually. So this comrade word will be made like this. Okay, so this is our K, then M, then we have this R, then this circle which is a vowel, then we have this final D. So we have this word comrade, alright? So it's simply, this statement simply says that whenever we are having a vowel after these type of prefixes, whenever we are having a vowel or either R or L, so we will be making this K and N for our con prefix and this K and M for our com prefix. Alright, so this is what this statement says. So now suppose we have another word like connotative. We have this connotative word. Alright, so this word will be made like . Okay, so first we have, you see, we have con, which is a prefix, and we have now a vowel. So we have to use this K and N individually, as the statement says. So that's why we have this first K, then we have the short stroke, which is N, then we have a vowel, then we have this T stroke, then finally we have this long curve, which is V. So this is our word conative. Alright, because here we have this con, and that's why we use this. Alright, this K and N individually. Now suppose we have another word called conlan. Conlan, okay. So now again we have this prefix, which is con, and after that we have this L. Now this is a consonant, but because this is L here, and here also we have this L, and L or R, R or L, and in the statement also it says when con or com is followed by either a vowel or by R or L. So here we had R, that's why we followed this method. Alright, and this time here we are having L, so again that's why we will be following this method. So this consonant word will be made like this. Alright, so this is our K, then N, then we have a long curve, which is L, then we finally have this again short stroke, which is N. So this is our word conlan. Right, so this statement simply says that whenever we are having any vowel after these prefixes con or com, whenever there is a vowel or either R or L after these prefixes, then we are gonna be making this KN for our con and KM for our com prefix. So this is what this statement says. Alright, let's move to the next statement. So this statement says, after a circle vowel, li is written on the opposite side from the vowel. So this statement is very simple to understand. So for example, if we have a word here called daily, right? So suppose if you break this word in two parts, let's say we have this first word called day, and we have this suffix which is li. So now how we will be making this day word? We will be making this day word simply like this, because we have this long stroke which is D, then we made this circle which is a vowel. Now we already know that li is made, we use a loop like this to represent our li suffix. So now as we already have this day word here, so now how we will be attaching this additional li to this word day? So if we read this statement again, it says, after a circle vowel, li is written on the opposite side from the vowel. So it's simply saying that after the circle vowel, which means that we have this circle vowel here, so after that li is written on the opposite side of the vowel. So the opposite side of the vowel simply means that opposite side is simply here. So we will be attaching this loop, li loop here. So this overall daily word will be made like this. Alright, or we can make this again like this. Alright, so you see we made this first D, which is a long stroke, then we have this a large circle, then we finally attach loop on the opposite side of this vowel, of this vowel. So this is what this statement simply means. After a circle vowel, li is written on the opposite side from the vowel. So that was all about it. I'll see you in the next video.